Okay, here are some of the, I don't have all the weapons up on the Weapon Society. We teach, I think, 16 different weapons, over 50 kata. These are sai. This is the Miyahita sai. I make the Miyahita sai, by the way. Mr. Miyahita in Okinawa, he was the only person that made this type of sai. It's very unique. The design of this sai is to collect your energy, compress it, and cause it to explode out of the finial. This would be the finial, like that. This sai is different than other sai in that when you're talking about a defense sai is held basically like this. And then when you open it up, it's held like this, like a roll of nickels. Whereas the Miyahita sai, the Agina sai, a little bit different. You have to put your thumb here. And then when you close it up, you put your finger like this. Kind of like, you know, the index finger has magic. Didn't your mother ever tell you it's impolite to point? Right? Why? Why? Nobody points like this. Everybody points index finger. The index finger has magic. Index finger. So when you put it this way like that, what this does is it collects your energy, it compresses it, and causes it to pow, explode out of the end. Mr. Miyahita is gone now, and he left me with the education, knowledge of how to make the sai. There are 3 different processes that go into the sai, and nobody knows how to do that, nobody. Only me. Unfortunately, when I'm through making them, that's it. I'm not going to teach it to anybody. Because even though I have permission to make the weapon, I don't have permission to teach it to somebody else.
Is there anybody else in Okinawa that knows how to make it?
No. I'm the only one, period. That's it. This is a manji nuti. Now, if you see that manji nuti is a little bit different than, let's say, the ones that are made in Shuedo. I don't have one of theirs here. But the ones that are made in Shuedo have a long end and a short end. Let it be cut off like about there. But the Kanagusku family is even. And this cross member here, the tongs, are put in right in the center. I also make the tonfa. These things can be ordered from the Weapons Connection. All the weapons that are made specifically for the individual. Nobody else. I never make a weapon and then sell it to somebody else.
So everything is custom made
to the individual.
Per order.
Yes.
So how do you do that?
Well, I have to talk to him on the phone and we take measurements. You know, he has to have a tape measure, and then we take measurements, and then I make them specifically for him. Or.
And so, what are these different composites? What's the difference between any of them?
Well, these are all basically mine. This one right here belongs to Sensei in Okinawa. I made those for him. This right here, this manji nuti, this is also his. He has a couple bows over there. This right here, this is kind of unique. See this wood? This wood is called kuroki, or kuruchi, either one. Kuruchi or kuroki. Kuroki would be a Japanese dialect, and kuruchi would be an Okinawan dialect. And this is very rare. This is Okinawan. And today, if you had this tree growing in Okinawa, it's against the law to cut it down. Because so many of them were destroyed during the Second World War. I mean, it takes a long time to grow a tree, you know. What they're interested in is only the 4-inch square in the middle of the tree. That's the black wood. The outside of the wood is not black, just that center piece. Today, if you can find this wood in Okinawa, maybe somebody has an old one laying around from way back when, prior to Second World War, 4 inches square, 4 foot high, about $10,000. A lot of money. Oh, here, let me show you the difference between old style kama and new wave kama. This right here is kind of a new wave kama. Razor sharp, has a weight, like that. Old style kama. This is old style kama. It has this back end here. So it was also used this way for striking. Now I make these. I haven't seen any of these. They were only explained to me in Okinawa. And I drew diagrams of their explanation and had it approved. And then I had these made for me. I used to make a lot of them before like this, but now I don't make them like this. But I do make this old style kama. See, with the old style kama, new style kama, you can do this, like that. No sweat. Old style kama, you can't do that. If you do that, you're going to get hurt. It's got to be this way. This is the old way of using a kama, this way, like that. And then opening it up like that, as opposed to like this. Over here, here's some other weapons. This is probably something you don't see very often. Is this right here? This is the muge on the horse, high class. It would go over the horse's face, and then it had like ropes in here, you know. And then if you wanted the horse to go to the right, you would pull the reins, and it would kind of crush the face and force him to go like this. Or if you went the other way, it would crush the face and force his head that way. Or if you would pull the reins back, it would crush the face and pull his head down and make the horse go back like that. And they took it off and developed fighting technique with it. This is more like a high class style. This here, this is would be kind of a farmer style, low class style. But personally, I like these better. This right here, you know, is kind of good for one strike. Great for grappling, but the strike itself, you know, it's not very good. This thing, on the other hand, I think makes a superior weapon over this. But that's just my opinion. And of course, we have bow and the eku, the oar. We do a lot of knife fighting technique. Tambo.